On with the show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode of the often imitated, never duplicated Voices of Misery podcast. And of course, I am one half of your dynamic duo of the nerds. I'm the nerd and you are.
Now that you put everyone to sleep.
You think I was a sleepy one? I'm just going to take this little paintbrush and put a little cloud up here in the corner. And I'm going to put a tree over here and a cat that's stealing some kid's breath. Because that's what they do. They steal kids' souls. What's going on? How you doing?
Wonderful, man.
They don't actually steal kids' souls, people. I've been corrected on this. I watched the movie twice again, damn it. I'm talking about cat's eyes, so I'm just fucking around here. It's Monday. Are you excited? We're here, and everything is great. The weather is fucking hot. We had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Hop on into it. What did you do?
We went to the water park.
Mm-hmm.
And the water's finally warm.
I was in that bitch.
Yeah.
And I hate the cold, man. I was in that bitch.
So that was a good time. That's about it, right? I don't think we did much else. We hung out there for a while.
Can I talk about the water park real quick?
That was a good time. What?
About how parents don't watch their kids in the most dangerous place. A kid shouldn't be left unattended.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is true. Well, we go the moment they open, which is at 10 o'clock down here. We like to get things done early anyways. When we were going to the beach, we would go at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Got to get the best parking spot. Mm-hmm. Get there before it starts getting crowded. Yep. Get your beach time in and fucking pack up and leave. Mm-hmm. So we get there as soon as they open. We were there at like 5 of. We had the season passes so we can walk right in, whatever. And it was nice. Not many people there. Like we had the whole wave pool to ourselves. It felt like there was like maybe 10 of us in there. That was great. By the time 1 o'clock hit, holy fuck.
It was packed.
Holy crap, man. On a Sunday. And I'm just like, well, damn.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we came early. Because by 1 o'clock, like, it's fucking hot. It's crowded. We're thinking about the dogs. Dogs gotta get let out. And so it's time for us to leave anyways. But, yeah, I'm so glad that we go first thing in the morning. Yeah. Because not many people.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
Exactly.
You ever want to see some Lizzos in a bikini?
That's your place.
You just got to come to South Carolina, man.
Mm-hmm. All shapes, sizes, and color.
Doesn't matter if you're at the fucking beach, the water park. Don't matter where the fuck you are. You want to see some 400-pound
bellies just out and just fucking proud, man.
I was just like, and you said to me with one of them, this bitch is not going to fit in one of those tubes, right?
Yeah, she had those donut tubes. She was trying to get in there. I'm like, she's not going to get in. If she does, we're going to need scissors to cut it to get her out.
She somehow got her ass in a tube, and I'm just...
Easily, too. Like, I'm like, holy shit.
How the fuck did that happen?
Her fat is deceiving. Her fat's deceiving, man. It's a lot softer than normal fat.
It's horrible to say, but like, you just see some weird shit that you don't really expect to see. It's just weird.
I've got some weird shit you don't expect to see, and I sent you a nice video, and I posted it on Twitter, too, some crazy shit that I saw. But before we get into that, I definitely want to talk about the thing about the kids, though.
Yeah.
Is we're in the water, and there was this one kid in particular, and you can tell when someone's struggling in the water. Yeah. And you don't want to offer help to someone unless they're really, like, in dire straits, because you don't know if, like, you try to help some kid, the parent might be across the room. Don't touch my kid, because you don't know if the kid's drowning or not.
Especially the way shit is now.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to help anybody anymore.
You have to second-guess helping sometimes. But this kid wasn't that bad in the beginning, and he was just kind of, like, splashing in the water. His head was barely staying above. But he was able to talk, and he asked some kid who had like one of those double tubes. Yeah, he goes, "Hey, can I get in there with you?" And the kid is looking like, "I don't fucking know you," and got away from the kid. And the kid's splashing around, looking around for help, and I'm trying to look where the kid's looking. I don't see an adult looking for him, so I'm like, "This kid, is he by himself?" And I kept my eye on him, and then he was just struggling, and he asked someone else for help, and then he was holding on to Jenna's.
Yeah.
Because he was obviously struggling, so I took my tube, and I just said, "Here, take it." And I gave it to him, and he splashed off, and he was doing his thing. But the whole time, I'm like, where the fuck is this kid's parents? This kid is struggling. He obviously can't swim, and he just dropped him off in the fucking water. He said, "Here, have fun. Yeah. We're going to be at the beer garden." What the fuck? Oh, there's a ton of adults in the pool and lifeguards. He ain't going to drown. It's like, no, you can't outsource your child's care to some stranger. That's how weird shit like your kid getting indoctrinated into fucking weird trans shit in school happens. I'm not saying that's going to happen at a fucking water park, but you still want to be the primary provider of care and safety for your child, and you can't just sit there and say some fucking punk high school kid's going to watch out for your kid, the lifeguard, you know? Otherwise, it was a pretty good time, though. I mean, like I said, there were a lot of Lizzos on there, and it seems like their equipment's deteriorating, too, because the lazy river, you're supposed to be in the tube. We all look like fucking settlers back in 1894 walking through a lake because we're all walking through 3 feet of water because there's no tubes. All the tubes are popped on the side. They all look sad.
It's all these 400-pound bitches trying to get in the fucking tubes, man. They were all deflated. We were literally walking the lazy river because we couldn't find a fucking tube.
It was so bad. We're all walking, and it was just pathetic. Just walking through sludge at that point. We're walking through water in the lazy river. You're supposed to be lazy, not doing work. I got more steps in the lazy river than I ever anticipated getting.
Well, I blame that on you. Because I wanted to stand on the staircase where you get in and just wait as people went by, as tubes went by. Like, as soon as you see an empty tube, you grab it.
Yeah, but
I wanted to. You're like, no, there's people walking in the lazy river, so just get in.
Yeah,
so we're fucking walking with crowds of people looking for tubes. One time around we went like that, and then we got back out.
It's just so weird. It's like you're watching a parade of people walking in 3 feet of water. Just pathetic. You see a couple that are lucky enough to have one, and then the other people are just sitting there walking, dude. It's like, what's the point? Let's just go back to the fucking big ass pool and just at least there we look like we're supposed to be in this bitch. Yeah. The other one, they used to kick people out if you didn't have a tube. This time you're like, fuck it, just get in.
Yeah, this water park is a little bit different.
It's ghetto as fuck.
Yeah,
it's pretty ghetto.
Because it's in Myrtle fucking Beach. Like, the other one was much nicer. Of course, that's the one they fucking shut down.
Of course. They're like, nah, this one's too classy for you fucks. No, sorry.
Let's build condos at the nice area.
Yeah, well, of course, but other than that, I mean, did you watch anything?
I started the weekend. I finally got to watch the 60 Days In episode, so I was happy with that. That took until Saturday for some reason. Yeah. And then I watched a documentary on Peacock, which I think is a couple years old. But it was called 1275 Days. And it was about these 5 teenagers that break into someone's house. They were stupid. Like, I think the youngest one was 15. They broke into someone's house, and I don't know what they were looking for, if they were looking for money or whatever the fuck. But they broke into this person's house. They didn't think the owner was home. The owner was home, came down, and shot 2 of the kids that broke in.
You watch some really cheery stuff, you know that?
Well, documentaries aren't really... Like, most of them are not very cheerful.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear a good documentary.
So, the owner shot 2 of the kids that broke in his right? But one of the kids died. And that's where the problem comes in. So now, because one of the kids that he shot died, now the 4 remaining kids are all charged with murder. Because it was their fault. They broke into someone's house and then the owner had to shoot. So it was a whole fucking thing. Yeah. And it was pretty good. Because, I mean, it was just mainly about the 15-year-old kid. Because he was 15 and was sentenced to like 55 fucking years, something like that, for murder. Oh, and he was 15 and it was his first offense, and he broke into a house, which he should get in trouble for. Mm-hmm. He should spend some time in jail or juvie or whatever, because he did do something wrong. But to charge him with murder when he didn't touch a gun, he had no weapon, he fucked up. Yeah. You know, so it was good. It was definitely good. But and then what else did I watch? Good. And then I'm watching Sons of Anarchy again.
I was waiting for it. I was fucking waiting for it, man.
Listen, we were talking about I was so fucking pissed off with the other show. And I'm just like, and then we said something on the show, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go back and rewatch that show, because that show was fucking good.
Again.
So, I did. I started rewatching it on Saturday night, I think. Oh my god, the show's so good. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's 7 seasons, and I'll be watching every fucking episode.
You almost didn't make it past the first season last night. I want to talk about that situation. I come out in the living room, there's wires all over the place. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Because, like, I mentioned when I was trying to watch the Flash movie that I've been having problems with this TV for weeks now, where it's flashing in and out. But normally it's like, it'll be like a minute 2 minutes, and then it'll flash again, like go black real quick, and then it goes right back to whatever the fuck you were watching. Yeah. Well, that day that I was watching the Flash, it was doing it way too much, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to watch on the iPad. Mm-hmm. Then the rest of the week, everything's been fine. It's been flashing in and out, whatever, and I could deal with it. I've been still able to watch TV and play the video game. Not a big deal. Well, I'm fucking into Sons of Anarchy again. Mm-hmm. And I'm enjoying what the fuck I'm watching. Shit just happened. Yeah. And all of a sudden, like, I'm seeing a green screen. Like, why is it fucking green now? Mm-hmm. And then it flashed black. And then green. And then, like, some weird, like, computer, like, I don't know, it was freaking weird. But it would not go back to the TV.
Oh, see, I didn't know this happened, the computer thing.
It was completely fucked up. So at this point, now I'm pissed. Yeah. So I unplugged because I knew it was the wire. So I unplugged that, and I'm moving the wires around, and I'm like, I don't need this freaking thing that we... Because we had so many things hooked up at one point. We had, I don't even know what the hell that little box is called.
Like an HDMI switcher.
Yeah, like we had one of those because we had the Switch, we had the Xbox, we had the Apple TV.
We needed the extra ports, so it was like a hub, yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I still have this for. So I text you, I'm like, I just need to come into the room for a second because when we've discussed this on the show, mm-hmm. I can no longer walk into this room anymore without a heads up. Because
listen, I might be playing with myself. Okay, that's the reason.
So I will text you. Yeah. 5 minutes goes by, and I'm like, this motherfucker. Mm. So no response, and I'm like, fine. So then I get to doing whatever, not knowing what the hell I'm doing, but I'm ripping wires from everything, moving everything around, trying to figure this shit out. And then you came out, so you can go on. And be all dramatic about it, but that's what happened.
No, I came out there, and I mean, I've raised 2 young girls from babies, and I've seen a lot of tears, but I've never seen crying like this before.
God, there was no crying.
I've never seen crying like this before in my life. I mean, the couch cushions were ripped up. I mean, there was rage in this household. It was insane. I mean, like, I thought I was bad, throwing shit against the wall and whatnot, but this was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds just like me, but that's all right.
But no, I was able to fix the issue, and see, at first I thought it was an HDMI issue because you got to look at the refresh rate of your TV and you got to match the cable. I mean, if you have a 240 gigahertz refresh on your TV or whatever, and you have a 60 cable, you're gonna get those issues. It's not gonna work that well. You got to get the right cable for it. But then you just mentioned that computer shit on the screen, so now I'm thinking, fuck, that could be an actual TV issue. Like that could be like the motherboard or whatever the hell.
But since you messed with it last night, it has not done it again.
Because it doesn't want to get thrown. It's like, oh fuck, I don't want to piss this guy. How much money's been thrown out lately?
No issue since last night now.
Well, good.
No blinking, no nothing, no good. Weird screen. It has completely worked. I turned it on this morning, mm-hmm. and it's completely fine. Now, normally, like lately, when I've turned it on, it's immediate flash, flash, flash for like 20 minutes before like you even see a picture.
Oh shit.
It was bad.
That's definitely the cable then. That's HDMI cable all day.
It was so annoying, but because it has to warm up or something. Like, it was being so stupid every time I turned it on. But today I turned it on and completely fine. It came right up.
So I'm glad that worked for you at least.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's been my weekend.
Yeah, well then I left the house and I had to do my little hustle, which was the last night of my little side hustle, by the way. And of course, your last night of doing anything, you have to go out with a bang. And I was trying to go out all nonchalantly as possible. I didn't want anything to happen. And I only sent you one video of something that happened. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the night didn't go much better. I saw a fist fight in the parking lot. Oh, God. That lasted, it was a very quick one. The guy was completely, but the first thing was when I pulled up. And I always like to leave early. And I like to arrive early because you have to account for traffic, things happening. If you get into an accident, if you get pulled over, you have to give yourself time to get where you need to get to in perfect time, right? I pull up and I'm sitting there in the parking lot just hanging out. And all of a sudden a car just speeds into the spot, like maybe 3 car spots away from me. The person gets out of their car without turning it off, runs next to a bush and just vomits, just lets it all out. And I'm watching the guy just puking. And I thought he was done and he puked again. And he's just sitting there hovering over. I'm like, what would a normal person do? I pulled out my phone and I recorded this shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know, record.
Yeah, I recorded him and I sent the video out to a couple people and I put it on Twitter and I'm like, and I put it on our channel. I'm like, you guys got to see this shit. I've never seen anything like that before. And the guy gets in his car completely shit-faced. I don't know if this is the guy's best night of his life or his worst night. I mean, because you could have a great night of drinking and at the end of the night you're paying for it by puking. Or this could have been a horrible, I don't know. He gets in his car and he takes off. He almost fucking destroys this woman walking into the store on the way out because he's drunk and he just puked. So he's like, who saw me? Probably wants to get the hell away. He's embarrassed, doesn't know who's watching. Doesn't know if he's being recorded by some jackass in the car right near his. So he takes off and almost hits this woman. I'm like, all right, so this is going to be a weird fucking night. Later on, this guy gets gasoline, but he's so weird about it. You know how normally when you get gas, you pull up to the pump, you park next to the pump. Mm-hmm. This guy pulled past the pump in front of the store and then walks over to the pump to pay. So I'm like, the fucking cord doesn't reach that long. It's not going to reach across a fucking 50-foot parking lot to get to the car. You have to park next to the pump. So like, what is he doing? So he walks over, he starts hitting buttons, he's going through his wallet. I'm like, this guy's paying for gas for an invisible car. What the fuck is he doing? So eventually he gives up, he comes into the store and he's like, hey, I'm going to get money on this pump here. And, I take the money and whatnot. And I'm listening to music. I'm listening to my AirPods. All of a sudden, I fucking hear noises. I'm like, what the fuck? I look outside. The guy's car is still in front of the store. And he's yelling at someone that pulled into that spot trying to take the gas for free. So I'm like, what the fuck? There's 16 pumps here. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. I'm trying to go outside, and there's a woman in the store asking questions about a fucking charger for her car. And I don't give a fuck. I'm like, there's a fight. Can we be nosy and then talk about this after? Can we be nosy? And she's just like, whoa, what's going on? Being stupid and shit. And I'm watching the fight. It only lasts like 10 seconds. I couldn't even get my phone out in time. The guy was fucking shit-faced. He comes there and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to get gas in this pump. I'm like, you got to have your car next to it, right? So he's like, yeah, I'll just back in. Put my headphones in, take his money, and everything is fine. Then all of a sudden you get the craziness. He fucking runs over to the guy, and I hear, fuck. And all of a sudden you fucking just see this guy go down. The drunk guy went down, folded like a fucking napkin. He goes down. The other guy gets in his car and takes off. I don't know what the fuck happened. He gets up, and the other guy just gets up. He stumbles a little bit, gets into his car, backs up, and gets his gas. Like, what the fuck? Why does this crazy shit have to happen? And it was just, I don't know, it was just a fucking wild night. But other than that, I mean, nothing else crazy. I mean, that's it. Luckily, it didn't involve me. I thought I was going to get killed or something. Like, someone's going to rob me, or I was going to, like, they're going to break into the store.
Well, I'm glad you're done.
So am I. I really thought
that's not a good job.
I mean, because everything was so smooth for all this time. And I'm thinking, my last night, I fucking pull up. I see some guy vomiting in front of I'm like, what the fuck, man? What else is there? Because it comes in threes. And I see some fucking dude get nuked in the fucking parking lot with a fucking nasty-ass uppercut. And I was waiting for the other thing, and it was just random stupid people coming in, just being stupid. But nothing that I haven't seen before, so that was a pretty wild night. But other than that, I've been watching some shit on TV, and there's a lot of things I have watched. And first thing I did want to talk about was that show that was recommended, the Jessica Biel one. Mm-hmm. And it was off of that. What the hell was the name of it? The
Candy
one.
On Hulu.
Yeah, no, well, not the one she was in. It was the other one.
Love and Death.
Love and Death.
On HBO.
Yeah, this one came before that one, apparently. And It's the same basic story. And I'll tell you what, it was pretty good. I actually liked it, not as much as the one with the Olsen twin.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty good. And I think the acting was better. The ambiance was better. It seemed like they got it better. I don't know. It was a better produced thing, but I liked the other one better, probably because I saw it first. If I would have saw it in reverse, I would like this one better. The stories were completely different. One was told from this point of view. The other one was obviously told from the other point of view. So it was essentially watching two different movies with the same characters, just about. And Jessica Biel gets butt-ass naked in it. So if you needed something to get you over the hump, that's probably what it would be. If you wanted to see it. If you wanted to see her ass naked. She was just sitting there washing her clothes.
Oh, my God.
With that fucking horrible fucking hairstyle, man. Holy shit. That fucking hair was just,
80s,
it was
man.
so, I mean, if that was sexy back then, and I'm glad I was born.
Perms. God.
I mean, the 90s weren't much better either.
No, my mom would do it to my hair.
That's crazy. What are we going to say about this one? I mean, I think the hair looks nice now, but they thought the hair looked nice then. So what are we going to say about now? Can you believe it? The extensions?
Yeah.
All those blue-haired lesbians? What the fuck? What the fuck? But no, I watched that, so that was pretty good. What else did I watch here? I watched a show called Preacher, because I've been so desperate trying to find a show like Supernatural.
Yeah.
That I found a website that says these are shows like it, and I tried a couple different ones. That Evil show was pretty fucking awful. It was just a bunch of people talking and nothing ever happening. Preacher was a show about a lot of shit happening, but they don't tell you why it's happening, so it's like, what's the point of me? Why? I don't know what the fuck's happening here. Gave up with that one pretty quick. And I finally settled on one here that I'm going to tease. I'm not going to tell you what I've been watching. I've only watched a couple episodes of this one. You're not going to believe it. So I'm going to save it here for a minute.
That's some bullshit.
What's that? Because I don't know how to tell you the show I've been watching. Because this one was recommended
it's all right.
to me.
I won't say anything this time. Just go on. I knew. Come on, man. What? Honestly, I knew you would never fucking watch that other one. I knew it.
What's that?
Lucifer. There was no fucking way in hell.
Well, that show was fucking.
There
it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good.
It's a cop show with the weird stuff in it. Like there was, I knew immediately. Yeah. So go ahead and just mention what you're watching.
Another show like Supernatural that was recommended was Vampire Diaries. Mm-hmm. And this show has such a fucking gay ass fucking name.
I love the fact that she can get you to watch this shit. This is amazing to me. Like seriously, like props to you, bitch, because I can't get you to watch shit.
I don't think I'm going to last long in this show because from every time I've walked into that living room to make a snack, to do anything, you're always somewhere, I don't know if you're in the middle or near the end, and I'm like, this looks fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. But the same thing with Supernatural was the beginning of the show I liked a hell of a lot more than the middle and the end. Because I mean, I saw the show, I'm like, wait, this isn't the pussy shit you were watching. The guy, like, killed someone, he ripped someone's head, he's trying to get the other guy to kill and take human blood. I'm like, where's the gay shit? Where's the gay shit? I mean, like, I'm like, this is a good show, and every time I walked and saw you watching it, it was fucking terrible. So you got to explain to me what happened to it. It'll
turn.
So it gets bad.
He was a badass in the beginning.
So it just gets stupid, and they neuter everybody that you're supposed to like.
Yes. You'll get there. I mean, I still loved it because I was fully invested at that point. But
I don't know.
I agree with you because it was creepy. He whenever he was around, there was fog. There were crows.
The guy's playing a pretty decent vampire. I'm like, he's got the brooding vampire thing down. I'm like, all right.
He was killing people. He didn't give a shit who the fuck they were.
He's an ugly son of a bitch. I'll tell you that. The guy's head is built like a fucking eraser, man.
No.
You're talking about the main character, the first one, whatever his name, Stefan.
Oh yeah, I don't like him.
They keep talking about this guy like he's a fucking dreamboat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't like him.
They introduced this guy. I'm like, he looks like this guy we used to make fun of in school. Like he doesn't.
But I like that. What I liked a lot about that show is that because they were alive for hundreds of years. I liked when they did the backstory and the flashbacks and stuff like that, like the 1800s and stuff like that. Like I always thought that was cool with that show. They did a good job with that. But they change it. It changes for you.
I'll say they killed people. I'm like there's some pretty cool death scenes. I'm like it wasn't too bad. And then everything else I've seen, it just looks fucking terrible. Every time I've walked out and saw you watching the show, you're always like middle or near the end of it.
Yeah.
And I guess it must turn at some point. It's just terrible. Like they hook you, and then it's like, oh, here's all the bubblegum shit now. Like what the fuck? It was actually a decent like killing show. So we'll see how long that lasts because it's good
for you for trying it.
I'll try just about anything. Yeah. But I have to try it at my own speed.
I think it's amazing that she can get you to just do stuff.
It's
like that's crazy to me.
It's easier when you have good faith and equity built up.
Yeah.
Because Supernatural is a show I never wanted to watch. I was told to watch this show many times over the years. The one guy I used to work with had the fucking tattoo from the show. The guy I used to work with at AT&T years back. Mm-hmm. I used to call him gay. I'm like, what are you, fucking gay for this show? He would always talk about it. And then I finally gave it a shot. And when you look at the history of things that I've watched, I grew up watching the Buffys, the Charmed. And so, I mean, why wouldn't I have tried it? And I just never did. And then it just makes me go back into that time when I used to watch that shit. I guess that would help out a lot.
I think out of the three, because Vampire Diaries had 2 spin-offs, I think out of the 3 shows, you would probably like the originals more, even though you don't like Protection Spell.
Is that the one that's got the hot blonde in it?
Yeah. But they're the originals. That's where they all originated from, and they're dicks. And they'll go and rip someone's throat out and don't give a fuck.
See, but that's what I like so far. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, there's clear lines drawn. There's good and bad guys. I can see like a little bit of mystery. There's some cool killing scenes. I'm like, all right, this could be good. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just wondering how long until it gets to the shit that you were watching, because it seems like a tale of 2 shows. Like I think it's 180.
I think it's season 1.
So it just turns stupid. So I'll probably make it until it starts getting done.
I think it's season 1. Yeah, they start using blood bags instead of killing people.
But I will say this though: the women in that show are just a step under the Supernatural women. I mean, those women in Supernatural were all like fucking centerfolds. This one, they're pretty good, but not as good. I did have a couple favorites. The one who's taking care of them as teenagers because the parents died. I like her,
Jenna, yeah.
And I like the blonde that hates
Caroline.
No, I think that's her name, but she hates, what's her name? The main girl of the show. She hates her because she's jealous of her.
Yeah, Caroline.
So I was rooting for her. I'm like, this bitch got to get herself a man. And then she wanted this fucking ugly motherfucker. And I'm like, what I just don't get it, man. They could have done it. But the guy plays a good vampire, though. He plays the brooding part well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's it, though. I haven't really watched anything else. I even put a poll up on Twitter. I'm like, am I going to like this show or not? And so far, it's 100% no. So I don't know if it's just me trying to say fuck you to people, and I'm spiting everybody.
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, though. It started out really good. They started out as
and you're the biggest fan, I think, of the show, probably, right?
I love that fucking show, so, but it does go off a cliff. Okay. So.
And it happens quick, so at least I won't waste time.
Yeah.
Or at least I won't waste a lot of time. I'll just see the good stuff and then I guess drop out of it pretty quick. But that's it, though. I mean, I haven't really done anything else. I'm just enjoying the freaking free time I got today. Everything is amazing right now. I would love to have gone to the water park, but we can't today. We had to sit around, and of course we had to get some work done. Because it seems like
it's constant.
There's fucking constant hemorrhaging of money in this house. Mm-hmm. We had our fucking termite guy come today to do an estimate.
We don't have termites. It's just we had to get an estimate for this company to come and
when you're a homeowner, when you're a homeowner, you have to be responsible. You have to protect your home, so you want to protect against termites. Even if you don't have them, you want to get preventative stuff, so you never get them.
Jesus Christ, the shit.
It's like we get sprayed for bugs and we don't have them because we spray for bugs. You know what I mean? That's exactly why. But yeah, that wasn't very good news. But it's still, come on, nerd. I mean, what they should do is just put me on some sort of a different payment plan. It's
just like we sent it to the estimate to your email. We're like, oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Is that all?
and like, I was waiting for you to be a bitch and sarcastic, but I'm sitting, the guy tells me the price. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure. And no one in my head, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, sure, get the fuck. I'm pushing him out the door. Get the fuck out. You insulting motherfucker.
Just call when you want an appointment.
I'll get right back to you. Way back, motherfucker. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, it was I don't know, man. We just got to take things day by day, I guess. I don't fucking know. But that's it for me. You want to tell people what they can do with themselves?
Yeah, let's hop into it.
There's a lot to talk about today.
Oh, God. All right, well, today's June 26th. It's National Canoe Day, National Chocolate Pudding Day, and Tropical Cocktails Day. June 27th is National Bingo Day, National Ice Cream Cake Day, and National Orange Blossom Day. I love me some ice cream cake, man.
Oh, shit.
Fucking love ice cream.
What kind of ice cream cake?
Carvel. It's got to have the...
I was thinking the wrong thing.
What?
You said Carvel, and I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? Because I had a different picture of ice cream cake in my head. Like the actual...
We had a Carvel in my town growing up.
I was thinking ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, no. Like a cake.
Yeah.
With the cookie crunches and stuff in them. Oh, so fucking good.
That's pretty fucking amazing, man. That's it for your days? I can't believe there aren't more.
Well, there are, and I just don't give a fuck about them anymore.
Well, I know who loves the days. Even though you don't give a fuck, I know someone who does. It's our friends over at Built Bar, your favorite sponsor. They love your segment, by the way. I don't know if I told you that or not, but they wanted me to let you know. They just wanted me to let you know for some reason. And they also want me to let you guys know that there's still a very limited supply. We're sold out of the carrot cake puffs, and we still have the cocoa banana bars on sale now.
That happens quick, man.
It very quick. I mean, dude, carrot cake, motherfucker. Carrot cake is so rich and creamy. That's the best kind, man. My mom used to get it. And she used to put it in the fridge. And I know we're sold out of that one, but I have to tell you how much I loved carrot cake. She used to get the big slices, like massive slices. It would be a single slice you'd buy at the supermarket. And she would leave that shit in the fridge to fucking taunt us, man. She would go to bed and leave this beautiful cake sitting there. Like, you're sleeping, I can steal it, but I know there's one slice and it's untouched. They're going to know that I did it. And I would do it anyway because it was fucking amazing. I would deal with it later. And carrot cake, you slice into it. It's nice and chewy in the middle and uncooked a little bit. And it's just so fucking soft and delicious. But you can also get the cocoa banana bars as well. So check those out. I mean, banana, seriously, and cocoa. You can put those two together. You got yourself an amazing taste. And Built Bar makes the best tasting protein bars of all time. So go to Built.com. Use our code VOM show to save 15%, and it stacks with the 15% site-wide. So you get 30% off plus free shipping on any order at Built.com. All right, so you ready to get into the birthday segment here?
Yeah.
Someone's celebrating a birthday today, and it's what? June 26th, which means someone's a year older. And what the fuck happened in June? It's over already. This is insane.
It took all our money with it.
June was the most expensive month of the year.
Yeah.
By far.
Well, last year it was May. So we're right on par, man.
Yeah, so maybe next year will be July. I mean, what the fuck? A firework will hit the fucking house or some shit and fucking cause a hole in the roof or something stupid will happen. But not to you, because today's your special day. And here's your birthday story from Florida Man and the Voices of Misery. This Florida man had an adventure. He was charged with a senseless attack on Pinky the flamingo that almost severed its foot, is killed by a truck while crossing the street. That's a mouthful here. But this Florida man was set to face trial for killing a dancing flamingo in 2016 was fatally struck by a pickup truck while crossing a road earlier this month. So that's karma for you people. His name was Joseph Corral, 48, of Orlando. He died on June 5th, shortly before 6 a.m. after being hit by a Ford F-150 on State Route 50. This was according to the Florida Highway Patrol. The driver who was not injured has not been charged and an investigation remains ongoing. According to the newspaper, Corral died after being taken to Florida Hospital East. He was set to face trial in August this year for allegedly killing the beloved animal known as Pinky. So Pinky the flamingo, that's a really original name for a fucking pink-ass flamingo. You call it Pinky. Just imagine if they knew their names and you yelled Pinky, every single fucking one of them would look.
Though, I think of Pinky in the
mouse, right? Yeah. Which one was Pinky? Pinky was the tall one.
The tall, skinny one.
Oh,
right? The fucking idiot. Yeah. I used to love that cartoon.
So there you go. What do you think about it? Do you think that's karma?
Yeah, that's what you get.
That's what you get, man. Flamingos are cute animals, right? They don't do anything. Pretty. They just stick their heads in the ground. Isn't that what they do? Or is that the other one?
Do flamingos
we're gonna have to call our daughter. Aren't they the ones that stick their heads in the ground, or is that a different one I'm thinking
about?
I think
that's a different bird.
I have no idea. Well, I don't live in Florida.
An ostrich.
And fuck those animals anyway. Fuck those particular ones, because I don't know what the hell they are.
I think it's an ostrich that does that.
Something. No, I thought they were the fast ones.
Dude, I don't know. Flamingos, they're out there looking pretty, standing on one foot.
Well, listen, that's why this is called the Voices of Misery podcast, not the Voice of the fucking aquarium fucking zoo podcast, okay? All right, so let's jump on into it here, because we're going to talk about some funny shit here. This man is getting a life sentence for killing a mail carrier who refused to deliver his marijuana package. Now, I can relate, because my shit comes in the mail, and if that is even a minute late, I want to kill that mailman. So I do have to give this guy a little bit of grace because I need my stuff in me. But this is why he should just order ahead like I do and just make sure you have enough to get you through and a little extra in case it comes late, right? That's what I do.
Yeah.
So this guy just should have been more prepared. This happened in Columbia, South Carolina, people, not too far. A man was sentenced to life in prison Thursday after being convicted of killing a mail carrier who, instead of delivering a large package of marijuana to his home, left a note in the mailbox requiring him to come to a South Carolina post office to pick it up. And now this is also where you have to say, this is taking your job too far. You got the man's pot in your hands and you're at his house. Just fucking deliver it, man. Just give him the fucking thing. Just give it to him, right? Just leave it there and just drive off. Who's it gonna hurt? Who's it gonna hurt? What they wanted to do was, I'm gonna get this guy. It's marijuana. You were a stick in the mud. And he got killed. I mean,
if it got on your mail, if it went through the mail,
they're doing their job, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but if it went all the way through the mail and stuff, and it was put into your truck for delivery,
in your truck,
it went through where it was supposed to be caught.
Yeah,
it wasn't caught, so just deliver it.
It wasn't caught. You got it in your hand.
And
just give them the fucking package. Because that's what people do.
Because I don't care. I just really
who
care.
Cares?
Whatever. Like the person before you didn't stop it.
They didn't stop it. The person before them. I mean, packages get handled a lot before it reaches your hands, mail carrier.
Scanners and all sorts of shit, and it went through. Fuck? So let it go.
You're like, who the fuck is it your duty? I'm an officer of the law. No, you're a fucking mailman, man. Just fucking hike your shorts up and get the fuck on with your job, you idiot. Now your family's gonna fucking be alone without that paycheck. So Trevor Raekwon Seward, 25 years old, was found guilty of murder of a federal employee in the course of her duties and other crimes in the September 2019 shooting of 64-year-old Irene Presley as she delivered mail in rural Williamsburg County, federal prosecutors said. After finding the note in his mailbox instead of the 2-pound package of marijuana from California he was expecting, Seward confronted Presley a few minutes later demanding his package. They refused. Seward then got a semi-automatic rifle and waited for Presley to come down the street in Andrews, firing about 20 times into the back of her mail truck.
Can I say this, though? Because, listen, Sometimes these mail people really piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for I don't know how long, for months, I felt like we were constantly getting a notice on the door. We talked about it on the podcast. Yeah. Sorry, we missed you.
Like, we're home.
No, bitch, we're home?
Yeah.
So, just deliver it, and I would be out at the mailbox, she'd drive right by me, like,
she drove right past you one day. I was so pissed that I called the fucking mail place to bitch about it.
You didn't miss me. I'm standing right here, you see me.
She drove right past you, looked at you, as you're standing by the mailbox holding the "We missed you" letter, she drove right past you. I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Like, it's just, sometimes they just really aggravate you. It's just so
Anybody
stupid.
who delivers mail sucks. Seriously, at least in this development, in this neighborhood, because you got the UPS guy who fucking throws a package from his car and fucking sprints down the road as if you're going to kill him for delivering a package. These people are skittish as... They're like squirrels. Maybe that's why they wear brown. They're brown like squirrels. You know how squirrels are skittish? It's like you fucking drop a penny from across the street, they fucking run up a tree. That's the UPS. They drop the package off and they're fucking up a tree because, oh my God, they're going to open the door and see me. They don't even ring the doorbell. It could be a $20,000 fucking toy or whatever the fuck you got outside your house. They don't care. It says must be signed for. They will throw that shit through your window, break your window, and run to their car because they're assholes. So anyway, several bullets hit Presley. And we are not defending this person's murder. We're just saying how bad these mail people suck.
I can see, like...
How
he
avoidable
went to the
this
person.
was.
He saw the note. He went to the mailman and was like, "Look, just hand it to me." And they're like, "No."
And let's just be real here. You're a 64-year-old small white woman, and this is a young, tall black male telling you, demanding his drugs in a box that you obviously know it's drugs because you flagged the package.
Yeah.
What do you think this big man, is going to do to your little old white ass when you're telling him, "I'm not going to give you your drugs, sir"? He's going to be. Do you think he's going to put his head down? Okay, and just walk away? You got to use your better judgment here, man. You're 64 years old. How'd you make it to 64 doing dumb shit like this? I just, dude, that's like being at a movie theater and you're behind a group of people and one of them drops their wallet. Everyone sees it but the person that drops it. You pick up the wallet and put it in your pocket and just act like you didn't do anything. And they're looking at you like, motherfucker, what are you going to give it back? We're going to fuck you up. And you're like, no, he didn't see it. I don't fucking know. That was a bad analogy, but still, stupid shit, man. So this bitch got killed. And now this guy's going to be held in prison. It's just unavoidable fucking stupidity here. I mean, sometimes people are destined to do stupid shit, you know?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It's so unbelievable. Like, this was the most preventable death. If she just gave him the package, you know what he would have done?
He would have been happy.
He would have went and got high.
Yeah.
And she would have went home.
Yeah.
That same fucking night. This is pathetic, so... Just use your better judgment. Seriously, man. Like, you look at the fucking mugshot here. This guy, he's a big guy, and you look at the fuck... He was 25 years old, a 64-year-old woman. I mean, what the fuck? Stupid bitch. I mean, like, oh, she's tough. Yeah, and she's also dead. You see what getting tough gets you? It gets you fucking dead. Sometimes you just do the smart thing and protect yourself. She could always have said, listen, I gave him the package because I was scared. And then you could tip the police off later. This guy's got 2 pounds of weed. How do you know? Because I gave it to him. Why did you give it to him? Because he's fucking 6'5" and I'm fucking 64 years old, you dumb asshole. Smack the cop upside the head, you stupid fucking idiot. You're fired. I don't know. Washington County hairstylist charged with allegedly running a prostitution business appears in court. Did you hear about this one? No. So, never heard of hair salons doing this. It's normally nail salons in places run by Asian establishments. If that's what you want to... I mean, I don't want to be racist or anything, but it seems like those Asian parlors, at least down here, getting shut down and reopened with a new name when different girls from that country, from Korea or wherever the fuck, you know, because that's what they do here. So this is the hair salon. They're facing charges for prostitution for what she allegedly was doing inside of her salon. She appeared in court on Thursday. Her attorney said that she did what she had to do to pay her medical bills. And I don't think the hospital gave a fuck how she got her money as long as they paid her.
Right.
You know, as long as they paid them or whatever.
Medical bills are ridiculous, man.
Way overpriced.
It's so stupid.
I mean, if your condition didn't kill you, the bill will.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, if I was, God forbid, something happens to me in 20 minutes and I die, you know, and then the hospital's like, hey, we can save him, but it's going to cost you $100,000. I would look at you and be like, see ya. Because I'm not going to put the family in debt to save my fucking miserable life. Fuck that. Let me go. You know what? If they were like, man, listen, we could do it for free. Like, no, just let me go. Please let me go. No, thanks. That'll be a burden. So anyway, her name is Amy Zlobin. She's the owner of Embellish Haircuts. She was allegedly caught by an undercover police officer whom she offered sexual advances at her salon. Police say the officer made a half-hour appointment for $130, which in this economy is insane. When he arrived, Zlobin allegedly offered to perform sex acts, close the blinds, and lock the door. So she's a go-getter, at least, man. She is. She's a go-getter.
Shuts the whole damn place down.
No, I forgot how the fuck I learned this, because I always go down rabbit holes of shit. And there was a message board about Myrtle Beach and like all the sleazy shit that goes on here. And I used to read it because I just wanted to know what the hell was going on in town. And there was one guy who was like the leader of the message board. He would tip off the other like perverts, like, hey, if you go to this salon in this town, you have to do this as the signal, you know? And what they would do is they would take their wallets out as soon as they get into the room and put it on the table or whatever, where the girl's got her oils, and that would signal that they're not a police officer. That was supposed to be their sign. So there you go.
Her oils.
Her oils, like whatever the fuck shit. It's probably water in it because they're going there to get jerked off and they know it. They're not going there to get a fucking massage. So anyway, she has a disabled daughter, and she's saying that as the sole provider, she has to do this. So now she's getting the sympathy here, and people are fighting. They're actually going to put her in a mental health evaluation class for 90 days to see if it's something that she can get out of, I guess, and try to get her some help with the kid. So
that's sad.
No, I like this story because it's showing an alternative method. Like you're trying to help this person as opposed to fucking throwing them in prison and locking away the keys, closing the business down. Yeah. Like she has a legitimate case here, and if you can make money with your body, then you got to do what you fucking got to do. I'm against prostitution being illegal anyway. They're all consenting adults. If a person says, hey, I'm going to give you $20 for this act, you're going to... I mean, what's the difference if I pay someone to come fix the fucking sink in the house? Like, hey, I'll give you $100 if you come here and perform this for me in my household. Sure, okay. But I can't call a woman to come over and clap me out for the same price. For the same amount of time. It's going to cost me a half hour to fix your sink. All right, it's going to be a half hour to bust a nut. Here's $100. And like, why can't I just... I don't know, like, why can't you... I just don't, like, what's the difference, though? I never understood that. What's the difference between two consenting people saying they want to do that? I don't get it, but... Yeah, it is what it is. What do you got?
All right, well... a Florida man, driving naked except for his socks, hit several vehicles, drove onto a school's running track in Palm Coast, and later got stuck in the woods near a landfill as he fled from police Wednesday afternoon. So another Florida man who has several things that he's doing.
Well, they like to multitask down there.
Stephen Peterson, who's 22, was dragged out of the vehicle by Flagler County deputies who surrounded the crashed vehicle. His passenger, Victoria Averill, who's 20, who was clothed, was also pulled out of the vehicle screaming. So she's clothed, right? She's wearing all her clothes. Why
I don't know.
The driver is wearing nothing but socks.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
Well, that's pretty much what I do when I'm driving.
That's not true.
Well, not naked, but I do drive with my socks and not my. I take my shoes off.
You don't wear your shoes.
I always take my shoes off. I don't know why the fuck I've always done that though.
You're a weirdo.
No, you want to know why? I'll tell you exactly why this happened. It was up north. I had my shoes on and I was walking in the snow and no, it didn't get stuck, but my shoes were slippery as fuck. Yeah. And it slipped off the brake, and I kept going, and I almost hit a car. And luckily I used my other foot in time, and I caught myself. But that's what it was. Then I take them off because you get better traction.
Peterson was charged with fleeing and eluding, leaving the scene of a crash with damage to a vehicle or property, resisting an officer without violence, trespassing on school grounds, possession of marijuana under 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia and equipment. He was being held Thursday at the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility on a $19,500 bail. Averill was arrested and charged with trespassing on school grounds. She was a passenger of the fucking car, though, so I don't understand that. Possession of marijuana under 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia and equipment. She was in jail Thursday, held on $3,000 bail. Flagler County deputies said the Port Orange pair's encounter with the police started when Peterson's sport utility vehicle struck several vehicles at an intersection shortly after 3 p.m. A Florida Fish and Wildlife officer witnessed the crash and activated his emergency lights and tried to stop Peterson, but the Port Orange man fled. The SUV then entered the campus of Old Kings Elementary School and drove around the running track before exiting the school and then entering the Flagler County landfill and stopped in the wooded area between the landfill and Interstate 95. What would be the point of going around the school track?
I don't know.
Fucking weirdo, man.
Very.
The vehicle appeared stuck against a concrete barrier. Deputies surrounded the vehicle while a Flagler County Sheriff's helicopter kept watch on the vehicle from the air. A body camera recording showed deputies with a bulletproof shield approaching the vehicle and shouting commands to Peterson and Averill to show their hands. Peterson and Averill were given multiple orders to get out of the vehicle, but they refused. "I'm butt naked," Peterson tells some deputy who told him to get out of the car. "I don't care, get out of the car now," the deputy responded. I would love to know, like, seriously, I just want to talk to a cop. Like, they got some stories.
They do.
Deputies
They do.
then open the door and drag Peterson out. Just when you think you've seen and heard everything, a naked driver causes multiple hit-and-run crashes, flees from law enforcement, resists arrest, and then has to be dragged out naked from his car to be arrested, said the sheriff. So...
How much would have bet that guy I saw puking last night would be one of these fucking guys? Like that would have been the beginning of his fucking crazy night.
Just like...
At least he was
He
dressed.
had marijuana.
Yeah.
That's what he had. Okay, that doesn't make you get naked. So,
No.
What made you get naked? You got in your car with nothing but socks on to drive around for what? What was the point in that? And
Actually,
your girlfriend was completely clothed and thought that was okay.
I'll tell you what. Marijuana has never made me want to get naked or anything. It just chills me out, makes me laugh, or
relax, or have a good time.
or have a good time, laugh and freak out, but laugh while I'm freaking out.
It puts me to sleep, so
yeah,
it's freaking pointless.
Well, you haven't done it in years, man. It's been a long time.
All I want to do is sleep on it.
But surprisingly enough, alcohol. I did get naked on alcohol a few times. I remember waking up like before we had kids, obviously. I remember waking up in like different rooms of the house, but I'm like, what am I, a fucking werewolf? What the hell did I do last night? I'm like, why is there blood on my lip? What the fuck happened?
Oh my god!
Why am I waking up in a chicken coop naked? You know,
Dude, I had you out walking the neighborhood with no pants on, no underwear.
Yeah, talking to some random ass person, butt naked, just flopping all over the place.
No one batted an
eye.
No
one batted
because
an eye.
It was the ghetto.
It was New York. I see this guy's balls. I saw someone else's the other day.
It was normal. You were just out there, butt ass naked.
You want to hear another place in New York where people were getting butt ass naked? At the New York City Pride event over the weekend. Did you hear about this one? I have to do this.
No, I heard some stuff that wasn't good.
Listen, man. These.
I heard some things that they were chanting that I want to.
That's my whole story here.
Yeah,
that's what this whole segment is about. Is what they were chanting. But before I get into that, even. Just really quick on Twitter, and I go on Twitter less and less and fucking less, man. It's so depressing now. It really is. I don't even like looking at it. There were videos of various events over the weekend where, like, there was one video of this guy, he was like a Christian, he was sitting there protesting it, and there was a swarm of hundreds of these fucking things. Different colors, throwing shit at him, touching him, mocking him, saying shit to him. And I don't remember the biblical story because I haven't read the Bible in many, many years. I was a kid, but there was one where the person was being led to persecution and they were getting taunted and shit thrown, spat on them and shit, you know. So I'm like, this is, and also my favorite character, Cersei from Game of Thrones. She got dog walked and spat on and people hocked a loogie in her face.
Ew.
That was basically happening to this guy. It was so bad. And these people that are supposed to be about pride and tolerance are all about degeneracy, fucking just being disgusting.
And they want respect.
You want respect for what?
And you want to be accepted.
For what? and the whole LGB thing, it's like the LGB, we were fine with LGB, lesbians, gays, and bisexuals, but that is sexual preference.
Yeah.
The T and all the other crap, it's all like, it has nothing to do with the sexuality. Oh, I identify as that. No, that's mental illness. Can we remove the LGB from the rest of the letters of the alphabet? Because the LGB is the only part that was like, okay, you know, all right, fine. You guys like to fuck that way? You want to have a little club where you guys get together and have sex with each other? That's fine. The LGB, that's fine. But they weren't doing all the weird shit like the fucking the TIQ plus whatever, where they're going out and the grooming and all this weird shit they're doing. Gay people did their weird shit in nightclubs and gas stations where no one could fucking see it or had to see it unless you put your face near the hole. The transgenders, you look out your window and there's a fucking dick fucking float going by you. And it's like, what's wrong with these people? They're all degenerates. They are. Everything about them is disgusting and indecent. Every video I saw was some naked fat person, someone with their ass cheek hanging out, someone with their dick out, someone with their fake dick hanging out, where their fucking arm used to be. Like these fucking mutated Frankenstein monsters with fucking rainbow colored hair and fucking Mickey Mouse makeup. You're just looking at this shit like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
And these people, they want this respect so bad, and they go out looking like fucking clowns. And you got the President of the United States, come on down to the White House, people. Come on, man. Come on down here and show your fucking boy tits. Like, what the fuck kind of world are we living in with these fucking weirdos? But anyway, here's the story I actually wanted to get to. So 2 New York City Pride events held over the weekend stirred up controversy as drag marchers chanted slogans about targeting children because, they're obviously not after children, right? Why are you calling us groomers, people? Remember that whole thing? We're not groomers. You guys are the ones bringing kids into it. That's what they'd say, but it gets better. So on Friday, a group of drag queens and transgender activists dressed in flamboyant garb for the New York City Drag March at Tompkins Square Park and marched across the East Village towards the Stonewall Inn, kick off the weekend's events. Viral video captured by Timcast News shows marchers, including a topless woman, chanting, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children."
We're coming for your children.
Yeah.
And everyone is supposed to be A-okay with it.
And there are parents with their kids cheering this on.
They are literally saying the words out loud, chanting it loud as fuck. We're coming for your kids. And no one cares. And everyone's supposed to be like, oh, please come for the children.
Here, take Susie and chop her up.
I don't fucking understand how this is okay, and they're just fucking okay with it. No one gives a fuck. I don't understand it.
They flat out, and there was a song years ago. There was a song saying "We're coming for your children." That was a song. That's like their anthem.
Literally, flat out saying it. And everyone's just like, oh, it's okay.
They used to make people knock on doors in the neighborhood. Hi, my name is Richard. I just moved to the neighborhood. I'm a fucking, I'm on the list. Remember that shit?
God.
They used to have those laws where you'd have to introduce yourself to people in the neighborhood if you're a fucking pedophile. Now it's like you just fucking move to New York if you want to see it, where they're all at, where all the action is, I guess. It's so fucked up, man. Openly chanting this shit. We're coming for your children. You hear that, and you don't have police busting their teeth in.
Yeah.
And these people should not be... You have the fucking, the quote-unquote insurrectionists that were taking smiling pictures inside the White House, thrown away in prison. They were trying to get these people locked up in prison for life over nothing. And you've got these people telling their plan. This isn't the Joker saying, hey, I'm going to rob this bank at 12 o'clock midnight. Batman, come get me. Batman would be there with the police, and they would arrest them, right? This one, they said, we're coming for your children. You knew when the Pride event was happening, and they're doing all this shit, and no one arrested them. You knew what they were doing. You knew what they were going to say. You knew how they're going to act. They always act this way. They're always indecent. They're always disgusting. And yet, not one arrest.
Please let them keep doing fucking drag happy hour, fucking
we're coming
reading hour,
for your children.
All sorts of fucking stupid ass shit that they're doing.
That's a threat.
I don't understand it.
That's a fucking threat. You're coming for my kids. Okay, then I would take that as a threat.
And
you know what you do with people that are coming after your children? What would any sane parent do when someone tells you they're coming after your children? That's what and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to elaborate.
People are okay with it.
And exactly.
I don't understand. Like, people like my sister are okay with that.
She loves
chanting along with them.
She loves it. Here, take my kid. So,
I don't it boggles my mind. Like, I don't understand. Like, people all lost their minds.
But it's like you have a baby that you're supposed to love and nurture and care for.
They're completely brainwashed.
Yeah, you're handing it over to this fucking cult.
It's fucking bizarro world, man. I'm so fucking glad we're out of there.
Dude, it is the mouth, and it's spreading though. It's spreading everywhere.
Oh, I know.
Down here, they're having the abortion debate in South Carolina. They're doing that again. What the fuck? It's just like the mouth of hell has opened up. The demons are out. They just possessed a bunch of leftists because it seems to only corrupt the leftists, and they're just doing all this weird shit. There's no explanation for this. You can't have people chanting in the streets, "We're coming for your children," and no actionable actions are taken. Nothing happens to these people.
No, they're handing the kids over. Like, please.
The kids
brainwash my child.
In the street next to grown strangers with their body parts hanging out because they're just naked. Holding hands with strangers in the streets. You got like little kids. They have no idea what they're doing. They think they're having fun. They think it's a good time. When you raise kids around perversion, they're going to grow up perverted, man. Kids are so malleable. You can shape them any way you want. You can take those same kids that might grow up trans in one family after 16 years, take that same kid and put it in a regular Christian family, check on that same kid 6 years later, and it's going to be a completely different outcome because you can mold them the way you want. These trans people know that. They fucking know that. Just like pit bulls. I hate pit bulls, but you know what? They say pit bulls are great dogs in the hands of good trainers, right? Same thing with kids. You got good kids and bad kids, depending on the parents. If you got parents bringing them to pride events, you're going to have more of these weird fucking pride people, and it'll never end.
Dude, the world's going to hell, man.
We've been in hell for a long time. It's just in the open now. Like, we've accepted it, it seems, by and large. Half the country, boom, activated, and it's out of nowhere. There used to be decency in this world. It used to be a common notion, you don't fuck with kids. You leave the kids alone. Always like, hey, man, you got two guys about to fight. Hey, man, we're not going to fight in front of the kids. You know, like, there's certain things you don't do in front of kids. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard around kids because you're supposed to be the example. You know, and then you got the kids telling you what to do now. And now the kids have the power because they want the age of consent lowered. 12 years old are saying you can get emancipated now in California. And you know what happens when you're emancipated? You call the shots. You're owned by the state. And if you're owned by California, you're basically a fucking pervert in training. It's fucked up, man. It really is. There's no one watching out for these fucking kids. But that was the one I wanted to get out the way. I do have a lighthearted one for you that you're going to love. Now, you were a fucking humongous Maury Povich fan at one point.
Why do you say things like that?
Because we didn't have cable and we watched the hell out of it.
Thank you. We didn't have cable.
No, you were into it. You were into
3 times a day, that motherfucker would come on and I'd be like, oh my God, who's the father today?
And it was the same rerun.
Oh my God, who's the father?
Oh, it's Thursday, so Andrew's going to be on.
What fat bitch is going to be told he is not the father and going to go throw her ass on the dirty ass floor in the back? Because you know, someone's going to be screaming.
Yeah.
And someone's going to be like, I told you.
I told you. Someone's jumping, someone's going up, someone's going down. That's how it works.
Listen, I was not a Jerry Springer fan, but I will say I did watch a lot of Maury Povich, man.
I did too. I watched it with you. I never liked it. It was just on because we didn't have anything else. But
give me the drama. Who is the bitch coming out?
I'm 5,000% sure that's my baby daddy.
I'm here to
motherfucker, that's my baby daddy.
I'm here to test
right
the
there,
18th man.
Listen, I know number 25 is going to be the one, motherfucker.
Bitch, how many did you sleep with within a 2-week period? How do you not know?
18. Wait. That one didn't count. I just sucked it. 17.
Oh my God.
But my thing with Maury Povich show is these women would sit there and you would have this man dogging you out in your face like, you fuck, I hate you, bitch. Listen, I'm broke and I work at McDonald's. And these women are like, listen, you're my baby daddy. Like, you should not want him to be your baby. You should want it to be someone else.
Yeah.
You should want to be anybody else than him. You're like, no, you're mine. And then they're celebrating like, this motherfucker's still going to work at McDonald's. He ain't going to become some great dad overnight. He ain't going to be a provider overnight. He hates you. He told you he hates you when he slept with every girl in the neighborhood. And you want him to be your dad. So
he's
your kid dad.
Got 5 other freaking kids back
yes.
at home.
But you're special, bitch. Yeah, of course you are.
He's been on this show 3 other times with women, fuck man. Out of here. I used to love watching that show.
Well, listen, he retired. Did you know he retired?
Yes, and he's got this DNA test now.
Yes, he's got at-home paternity kit test now. So he retired from his talk show host last year. He told TMZ on Friday he's launching a DNA paternity test company called The Results Are In.
I love it.
That's the phrase he'd say on Maury before revealing paternity test results. He said, I've been around paternity testing for more than 20 years, so I know exactly what's going on and how we can help those people who are looking for fathers who are looking for children, fathers who don't think they're the fathers, and fathers who think they're the fathers, he said in an interview. And we can unite families after a long period of time.
It's also called, like, 23andMe and shit, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you know what they need to have? They need to have, like, a button where you press it, or like it has to say you are the father or you're not the father when it actually gives you the result. Otherwise, why the fuck buy something with Maury's face on unless he tells you?
Well, good for him. He's like, you know what? No one knows anymore. I'm not there to get the results, so let me do a DNA test.
It would probably raise the price of these things a lot because the idea I have is very costly. But what I was thinking is maybe like you pee on the Maury stick, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't see the results. You have to press a button to get the results. And instead of seeing the colored stick, the plus and minus, it'll say you are the father or you're not. And you can press it as many times as you want to hear him say it until the battery dies.
First of all, that's a pregnancy test, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Oh shit, that's right. Well, how about we do pregnancy tests too? Fuck it. I just combined two. A pregnancy test and maternity. They're completely different things. Have nothing to do with each other.
One's a cheek swab and
one's
a urine
what do you
test.
piss on? They give you 2 different things. But I guess I might as well get into our favorite sponsor of the show, mine at least, Binoid.com, who I have to blame for that mind flub. But I can also give them all the credit in the world. Just like God, I give them the blame and the credit for things. This stuff is amazing, man. It changed my life, and it makes me feel really relaxed and at ease and at peace with life. I feel great. I feel good, even, you can say. I love the capsules you're bopping your head. I love the wax, the dabs. I love the doodads, the peach rings, watermelon slices, gummy bears, treats. Gummy worms, Rice Krispie treats, Fruity Pebble treats, peanut butter bars. You can get the peanut butter cups. You can get everything. You can even get the cartridges. You can vape this shit, man. People love vaping. Flour, pre-rolls, the seeds, everything. The cigarettes are there. Go to buynoid.com. You can get this stuff in your body if you want to feel better and good about yourself in life. I love this stuff, and you really do like me on it, don't you?
Yeah, please take some more.
Please take seriously. Go to buynoid.com, people, and send us an email when you do, and you get it in your system. You try it out. Let us know how it helps you, because it's helping a lot of people right now. So thank you.
It helps me. I laugh at you.
It helps you because it gives you entertainment.
Yes, it does.
Don't forget to use our code NERD to save 10% and get free shipping, people.
Yes, I don't even need to take it. Just need you to take it, and I'm entertained for hours.
It's great. You hear me screaming, fucking bloody murder.
Right. Oh, man.
What do you got?
Guess what's making a comeback? Furbies. They're coming back,
They just left like 2 years ago.
Those were Hatchimals. I was thinking the same thing.
The same fucking thing.
Because I was like, didn't Sammy want a fucking Furby one year? Mm-hmm. We were sold out everywhere. Those were Hatchimals.
And I found plenty of them at the store we never went to.
Yeah. All right, so Furbies are making a comeback. Hasbro announced Thursday that the fluffy and chatty animatronic children's toy will return to store shelves next month. Just before Christmas. So there you go, people. I would stock on... If you got kids, man, I would grab them now. The toy maker described the new Furbies as being the next era of cool, cute, and weird, following its craze-inducing launch in 1998. Furby has taken the world by storm, impacting every corner of the culture, from music to television and film. For the brand's 25th anniversary, we wanted to ignite the same excitement for this new generation by harnessing Furby's power of nostalgia with giving Gen Alpha everything they crave. Yeah, I would buy them now, because you know damn well they're going to be fucking sold out for Christmas.
Yeah, you'd have to jump on it now.
The Hatchimals, like, man, they were on shelves, they were everywhere, mm-hmm. And then, like, November hit, you couldn't find them shits anywhere.
They were like Beanie Babies at one point, yeah.
The interactive toy features 5 voice-activated modes and more than 600 responses, including lights, sounds, and 10 unique songs. Furby responds to hugs, pats, belly tickles, shaking, and feeding of its pretend pizza charm. It also babbles nonsensically in Furbish, which is the toy's made-up language.
Why don't they just get married, if that's the case? I mean, you get the same effect as you would a Furby.
Whatever, man. These Furbies are fucking cute, though. Over the past few years, we've done a lot of research to understand what kids would want to see in a new Furby. Through this research, kids told us that it was important for Furby to be their ultimate best friend, a furry companion to do all the things a BFF would do, like dance to music, share fortunes, meditate, mimic each other in silly voices, and even put on a light show. And that's exactly what we created. So this is a little bit different. The Furby, according to Hasbro, instantly became one of the toy maker's most iconic launches in the 90s. They were everywhere. I even had one. Hasbro said,
I never did.
I was fucking 18. I had one.
I got them confused with Gizmo from Gremlins.
Yeah.
I always got it confused. Is it the same thing? What the fuck is it?
It's not, but I can see where
it's a cute little fuzzball.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah. Hasbro said it sold more than 40 million Furbies worldwide in the toy's first 3 years. The new Furby is available now in 2 new colors, purple and coral. They're available on Amazon and will officially return to stores on July 15th. It cost approximately $70. I'm telling you, I would get them. If you got young kids, man, they're gonna want them.
You sure they're gonna want them Furbies nowadays?
A couple of years ago, they wanted fucking nothing but these damn Hatchimals.
Yeah, you're right. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
We're past that at this point. We have older kids now. Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
We got lucky.
But man, when this is gonna be it. This is gonna be that toy. I guarantee it. We're gonna see that they're gonna be sold out everywhere. No,
kids. I was always told kids get more expensive as they get older. Like when they get to the teenage years, it's gotten a lot less. It's gotten a lot less, man.
It has. Well, that's because they already have all the expensive shit. They have laptops, they have the phones, they have the iPads. What else?
And everything's on those, like, one device does everything. Back when we were kids, it was probably true, because when you get into teenagers, you want more. Oh, I'm into CDs now. I'm into movies and DVDs. And you're buying all that shit. Now it's like, here's your phone. Here's a $15 subscription. Get the fuck out of my face.
For my room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a game system.
Yeah, perspective, I guess. So here we go. So this one is: a husband says his wife makes his lunch based on how well he treats her the day before.
Good for her.
No, I want to give you some lighthearted ones today. I didn't want to start the week off yelling and screaming, okay? I know that may upset some people, but I will be doing more yelling and screaming this week.
No.
What?
No. We don't need to. I yelled during that stupid fucking story.
You did. Oh, you did.
Okay, so that's double the yelling. We don't need to do it the rest of the week now.
Well, this guy's yelling. His name is David Figueroa. He found out the state of his lunches, lovingly prepared by his wife, is a nonverbal barometer of their relationship. He's a postal worker out of San Diego. He gave a quirky insight into his married life. He posted a humorous and candid set of videos to the video sharing app, you know which one, where he revealed how his wife's mood and feelings about their recent interactions directly impacted the content and quality of the lunch sheet pack form. You
know what? I'm gonna spray this chair with WD-40.
Yeah.
The sound is annoying me. And
listen,
I can't sit still.
It's not your chair; it's your bones, people. I want them to know it's not the chair. She's standing, people. She's just moving, and it's her bones.
That's funny.
It's fucking
This
hilarious.
chair is so squeaky. I'm gonna have to spray it.
Well, geez, I don't even know where I was in the topic anymore. So anyway, listen. He posted humorous videos to the site. In the video, he noticed that his wife's feelings towards him the previous day directly influenced the quality of his packed lunch the next day. The night prior, he was tossing and turning, affecting his wife's sleep, which was reflected in his lunch the next day. She gives me both butt ends of the bread. Barely any meat, no cheese, a squirt of something, and barely any mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean...
Is he looking for sympathy? Because you're a grown-ass motherfucking man.
You can't make your own lunch?
Why is she making you lunch?
Honey,
like
did you make me lunch?
I would give him the freaking ends of the goddamn bread too.
Yeah, exactly.
You motherfucker.
Like, you need to go buy another loaf. Why? Because I made you one sandwich and there's only 2 butts per package. So there you go.
What the hell,
and you're not getting the middle. That's for the kids.
It's however she feels about me.
You should be happy she's giving you anything.
Seriously.
Have you ever packed me a lunch for work?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
Never once. I would grab something on the way out or grab something while I'm there. It was never like hey, can you pack me? Get the fuck out of here.
No, I don't think, no. Never. We called a lunch at one point, or a dinner at one point, a school lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was chicken nuggets and fries. That's all it was. So we said it's like school lunch for dinner, yeah.
But yeah, no, never packed anything.
I never understood that.
Always made sure that your water bottle would be full.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing overnight or something.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can you fill my water bottle? That's just a courtesy. It's not like making a fucking like you pack me a lunch.
Let me make you some peanut butter and jelly, baby.
He's probably the kind of guy that goes to lunch, he opens up his lunch, he has no idea what he's getting because he's that pathetic. He fucking opens up, he's like, oh my god, roast beef again. This fucking, can you believe this bitch, guys? And the guys are like, dude, we make our own lunch. We are men. We have pizza. We have subs. You're eating that bullshit sandwich because you're a bitch.
Yeah, I would love to know the reactions that he got.
Fuck this story, man. This guy's a bitch. Let's just say this guy's a bitch. I'm not going to read the whole thing. She basically gives him crap. If you won't let her sleep, she gives him the garbage bread. He thought it was funny. He got a lot of views on this damn video. But in reality, he exposed himself for being a straight-up bitch.
That's immediately what I thought. Like,
pathetic.
That's awful.
Pathetic. Like, does she do your tie for you in the morning before you leave? I mean, what the fuck else does she do? Does she tie your shoes? Does he have Velcro fucking work shoes? Is that what he needs? I mean, does he have a booster seat he has to sit in? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Wonder if he gets fruit snacks in this lunch.
Amen.
A convicted sex offender is facing a video voyeurism charge after he allegedly flew a drone to peer into the bathroom window of a female neighbor, according to Rhode Island police. Investigators say Stephanie Marola, who's 32, was preparing to take a shower in her Cranston residence Wednesday evening when she heard a buzzing sound around the bathroom window. When she went outside to investigate, cops say she spotted a drone hovering near the window. As she approached the drone, it began to fly away, but struck a tree branch and fell to the ground. Marola then grabbed the drone and dunked it in her pool, disabling the quadcopter's electronics. Marola, who lives with her 3-year-old daughter, called 911 and reported a remote peeping Tom attempt. A subsequent police investigation resulted in the arrest of Christopher Jones, who's 49. While cops did not reveal how the defendant was linked to the drone, they say that Jones admitted he was the operator. He was arraigned Friday night on a felony video voyeurism charge and subsequently released from police custody. Cops said Jones is a convicted sex offender, but that his requirement to register with state officials expired in 2015.
But he's still carrying that
Why
card.
does it expire? If you are a convicted sex offender, you should always, till the day you die, I don't care where you live.
It doesn't wear off.
I don't care. Like, there should never be a law where it goes away after a certain amount of time. No, till the day you die,
that's
you register. That's who you are.
You made this choice.
So that apparently that expired in 2015. He doesn't have to register anymore.
It's bullshit.
That is bizarre.
These people never learn. They do it again.
And she had she's lucky it was her.
Yeah.
And not like her 3-year-old taking a bath. I can't even imagine. Oh my God.
The only ones that have a low repeat rate are the ones that are like 19 years old. They're dating a 16-year-old. And they get wrongly accused of being pedophile. Because I think that's a 19, like a 16. There's a 3-year gap. I understand. That there's a magic barrier. Like you're 17 one day and you're 18 the next day. That's why you have that 3-year statute of limitation rule. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want it for
I wouldn't want it for my kid. Hell no.
But I could see why that shouldn't be a problem. It would be a problem in this house, so.
Unless you have the whole Hogan conversation behind closed cameras.
Don't you be bringing no fucking 19-year-old.
He didn't say 19, he said something. But yeah, you just don't want that for your own. But I mean, like that's why that rule exists, though, because you have someone like an older high school senior dating a sophomore. I mean. You're in the same school, but you can't date. I mean, that's weird. But when you're like 23, 24, and the girl's 16, then that's all right. You're getting fucking crazy. All right, like 3 years. That's why that 3-year thing existed.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. He should always have to register as a sex offender. Like
forever and ever.
Everyone be alerted immediately when he moves into a neighborhood. Like,
you should get that branded on your fucking skull, on your forehead, like sex offender. Just like S.A. should be sex offender, or geez, oh my God, S.O. I'm like, S.A., what the fuck? You could tell the binoid's kicking my ass.
Really?
But at least I fixed it quick enough. S.O., sex offender, so yeah, that's what it should be. You should have that, like, branded with a fucking, like a branding iron right in your fucking forehead.
Like a flashing arrow.
Exactly.
Like lights pointing right at the house.
Yeah.
Don't bring your kids over here. And you can't
wear a baseball cap. It's illegal. If you're caught wearing a baseball cap and you're a sex offender, you're fucking screwed because you're hiding it. So Sherry wanted me to let you know, and this
where the fuck has she been?
Dude, I have no idea. I thought, I was thinking the worst. I thought she got a breast reduction and she just stopped showing her. I thought that was. I was worried about him. I was very worried. So she was worried about you apparently because she knows how much we go to Walmart, and she's like, "Listen, I wanted to share you guys a story." And I don't know if she knows that we're terrible people, and if we were the people in this scenario, things would have turned out a lot differently. So she wanted me to give you the flip side of what we should have done if this ever happens to us. So this Good Samaritan returned $2,000 that was found left behind in a Walmart shopping cart.
I saw that story.
If we found $2,000 in a shopping cart, we would get to that car so fast. We'd be down the road. People. You'd be shaking. I'd be shaking. The kid be shaking. We'd be like,
go.
Like we'd have Jenna counting the money in the back seat while we're fucking speeding down the road, looking over our shoulders.
Oh man. Yeah, we're awful people, but good for that person.
This happened in Ohio. I guess thousands of dollars were left behind in an envelope inside a shopping cart in Ohio Walmart.
I will say this, too. I would be the idiot that did that left the money. I have left my purse in shopping carts. I've left my wallet behind. I have, seriously, I'm not joking. I have lost my wallet in a fucking cab. I've left my whole purse in a Price Chopper freaking shopping cart going grocery shopping. Just not pay, just completely care. I've always been that way. Completely care. I no longer carry a purse.
And you do this thing that pisses me off a lot.
I put things down.
in the supermarket, you'll put this $1,000 smartphone.
Yeah, I do.
In the cart, the top part of the cart, on top of all the food. So it's like not even. It's like if someone looks over, there's a bunch of food and a nice ass iPhone on top of all the food.
Yeah.
And you'll be bent over in the case, looking at something or whatever.
I know, I do that.
With the fucking kick me sign in your back, or please take my phone, or like take this with an arrow pointing right at your phone. You're just sitting there.
I do that because it's too heavy to put in the goddamn pocket. So I just
insane. I see it and I'm like, you fucking idiot. I'm like thinking to myself, this phone will be gone in half a second if I wasn't standing right here.
This is why I have you, baby.
Listen, man, you're a motherfucker. You know that. And the man who discovered the cash told the news that he did not hesitate for a second to do the right thing.
Good for him.
I like to think that if something like that ever happened to me, someone would do the same thing for me. They wouldn't. Spoiler alert, guy. They wouldn't do it. According to Steve, it was a typical evening with his daughter shopping for groceries, and so they noticed something in the shopping cart that they went to grab. I saw a piece of paper and I thought it was someone's shopping list. I was ready to throw it away until I felt something a little heavy inside. They noticed it was an envelope. The Ohio resident said he opened the envelope and it was full of hundreds. It was a bank statement, and my first thought was to take it to the bank, but they were closed. So then I just went and got a manager. The Good Samaritan shared that he found a manager and gave them the money. He also made a post on social media about finding the cash with the hopes of finding the rightful owner. For someone who's living a paycheck to paycheck, this may set them back a lot. It can even mess up someone's whole entire summer. So a Walmart spokesperson said thanks to Sneed, the money was returned to the owner, saying the person picked it up later that night. I mean, imagine being that Walmart manager. Some fucking sucker's like, here's some money I found. And you're like, all right. All right, see you later. Don't worry, we'll get in touch. See you later. You make sure the car drives off and you're like, sucker. I'm glad they got the money to the right person. But it's one of those things, man, where life is fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard for everybody right now. I couldn't imagine finding 2,000, because the first thought is like, I mean, and I guess this is just a sin in everybody's nature. The first thing you think of when you see money is laying on the ground. You're like, how can this help me? What can I do with this? Instead of, whose is this? How could this help them? Or how's this going to affect them losing it? You don't think that. You always think of yourself first. And I guess that's just a good reminder to maybe think of the other person. And people like this can inspire you to maybe do it in the future. Maybe.
I think some people think about the person that lost it or left it behind.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what people's situations are too. Like if you're a homeless person, then you do it.
We had $20 bills like flying around our front yard. We went and grabbed that shit.
And we saw the person looking for it and just kept watching. And we made popcorn.
Went and spent it.
And we made popcorn and watched them look for it. Neighbor, I don't think you checked over there. Go ahead and check over there.
So we're just horrible. We're just horrible people. But at least we admit it. Listen, if you're gonna like have some drama in front of our house, we're gonna be peeking through the window.
Peeking
straight up. I'm gonna be watching you.
And God forbid you get knocked out in front of my house. I'm going through. No, I'm not gonna go through someone's pocket or lay it out.
You drop money in the parking lot,
if you drop it, see it. Fair game, man.
I'm taking it.
If you drop it and you leave that shit, I call it abandonment.
At least we admit it. Like,
if I found an abandoned baby in the street, I'd pick it up and take it home and raise it as my own.
Hell yes.
Just like I would your money. I'll take it and raise it as if it's my own money. But that's just us. But the thing is like, we own it. You know, there are people out there. The nerds are such horrible people, as they fucking done 10 times worse. They're just. At least we're open about it. Fuck it. And you think I give a fuck? I wear that shit on my sleeve.
Just be careful. Just be careful when nerds are in the area.
Just be careful, man.
Don't know where your wallet is. Don't drop nothing.
Yeah. If you hear the nerd alert, you better hold on to your shit, man. You better keep an eye on your stuff, because it will be fucking gone.
I have one more.
Go ahead.
And it's super quick. And I just thought this was interesting. That's the only reason why I grabbed it.
Yeah.
Anheuser-Busch is launching a new summer ad campaign amid slumping sales of Bud Light. The company released an Easy to Summer commercial on Thursday that portrays the beer being enjoyed by people facing summer difficulties like sunburns and rainouts. According to Anheuser-Busch, additional ads will feature partnerships with country singers and NFL players. Bud Light's parent company said part of the summer campaign will include giving away $10,000 a week to drinkers to make summer easy to enjoy and stock up for all the backyard parties, as well as other special offers. They are now so desperate to get people to buy this shit, they are giving away $10,000 a week.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
This is how desperate they are.
I mean, they'll win some people
crazy.
back. People are fickle. They'll move on to the next thing.
The new ad campaign comes in an effort to... I'm not even going to read the rest of the stuff because I don't fucking want to bring the guy's name up And yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just thought that was interesting that they're like, I don't know how. It doesn't say. I guess you just buy it and maybe there's.
You know what Bud should do? Seriously, like I'm gonna do them some free consult right now. Okay, some free consultation advice, courtesy of the Voices of Misery podcast. This is for you, Bud Light. This is what you do. You take all those Bud Light cans, right? You take every single one of them. You take your Bud Light building where all the Bud Light gets made, and you just spray paint a different fucking logo name over it. And voila, your shit will sell again because people are buying Anheuser-Busch still by the fucking truckloads. Yeah. They're just not buying Bud Light. So change the name to something else. Bud Shock. Bud Electric. Fucking give it some stupid Bud Surge or whatever the fuck. You call it something stupid that people, I gotta try that. Did you hear that Bud's got this new Surge beer? Yeah, I'm gonna go try it. And it's nothing but Bud Light in the can. Just a different name. People will buy it and your stocks are back and everything. Because that's how people are. They're stupid. They will say, oh man, I'm never gonna buy Bud Light again. Okay. What are you going to get in this place? Oh, I'm going to get fucking Bush. Or whatever the hell the other beer is. You know, like you never said you'd boycott it. So it's just, you like the Anheuser-Busch beer or whatever. You like what you like.
Well, it's not even, I didn't even stop drinking Bud Light because of the fiasco that happened.
It was cheaper.
I went to Busch to be cheap. Mm-hmm. But I refuse to go any cheaper than that because there is some cheap-ass beer out there that tastes like ass. So I do have some standards I have to.
Do you remember?
Beer has to taste decent.
What was the name of the store in New York that had their own cans and it was a white can? It just said beer on it. There was no, it was Stewart's. There was no nutritional facts on there. Nothing. It was just a white can with red lettering and marker that said beer. Yeah. It just said beer, and it was like those TV beers that Al Bundy would drink with his friends because they couldn't have like real name shit. It was just beer. He would hand you, you want a beer? It just says beer on the side. That's what we had in the store up there. It was pretty crazy shit. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Sherry sent us that story, and I feel like we should have ended with that one because it highlights how good people are in the world and how much of an asshole people like us are on the flip side. So. Oh,
there you go. Oh, so you were purposely trying to end with that one, and then I cut your balls off and threw another story in there. See,
she wanted me to let you know that stuff though. Okay. And she went paragliding the other day, and she just opened up her hands. She grabbed her nipples and went like that, and had she just flew like that. She just landed that way. I don't know, man. There's pretty impressive stuff happens there.
Jesus Almighty, man.
All right, so this person wants to know if they're an asshole, and I was trying to figure out why the fuck you love this segment so much. You look forward to it all the time. I don't know why though.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, so this person wants to know. And this is a longer one, so I've given you some breaks the past couple of ones. This one's going to be a little bit longer. Am I the asshole for having my sister-in-law and her 2 kids escorted away by security because she refused to RSVP?
God, people are so annoying. This is so stupid.
Immediately, I think, petty. Yes. Petty, you're an asshole. There's no reason to get someone arrested.
She must have done something now.
Sister-in-law, I mean, is there some beef there? You did this out of spite. What's going on here, lady? You're definitely the asshole so far. So last week was our daughter's 16th birthday. We decided to go all out on her party for a variety of reasons. This would include a private tour of a place she's wanted to go to, and we rented out a room to have a catered dinner. This should all have been just a smooth ride, right? Enter my sister-in-law. My wife and her sister do not get along. They can keep up a casual relationship for the sake of family, but that's it. It doesn't help that my experiences with my sister-in-law have been incredibly dramatic. She's quick to play the victim and gaslight. Sister-in-law has 2 daughters who are practically best friends with my daughter, so obviously she wanted to invite them. Our big issue with the sister-in-law and her family is that when it comes to coordinating anything with them, they are unreliable on a good day and like trying to communicate with a blind deaf person who does not speak the same language as you on the bad one.
Jeez.
Motherfucker, that was a nice picture. He painted a really good picture. I'm envious because I do that a lot. They're never on time, sometimes hours, or in one case a day late, and will not communicate at all if they're planning to show up. The thing I hate the most is that she will just text you randomly after an event started saying they decided not to come, or show up when they said that they can't make it. Now, listen, you have to have grace for those kinds of people because you don't know their situation. It could be a money thing, like, hey, we're too embarrassed to say no. If we can make it happen, it'll be a last-minute thing because you're counting pennies a lot of these times. You know, the world's a crazy place.
Yeah, but it is a little rude.
It is rude, but you don't know the situation of their family.
I have come to realize as an adult how difficult it is to get people to RSVP to anything.
Yeah.
We've had some birthday parties, and we've sent out several invitations, and I think I've had 2 RSVPs and that's for multiple birthday parties.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, kids show up,
and the kids are just there.
Whoa,
Like,
what's happening?
Glad we overbuy shit.
Yeah, we always made sure that there was enough because we never had a clue. But man, people do not RSVP, and I've never realized that until we had kids and they were throwing parties.
Inconsiderate to not.
Because
your kid will be the one left out if they show up to a party. Then I said, "Well, we only got 5 meals instead of 7 because you 2 didn't."
And that's the whole time. As a parent, you're like, "Oh my god, is no one going to show up?" And you feel like crap. You're stressing out the whole time. Then all of a sudden they start coming.
No, you get 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kid, and before you know it's a party. But yeah, no, I get it.
So I think it's rude. Please just RSVP, man. It takes you 2 seconds.
So because my wife does not get along with her, I told her I would handle it. I sent 2 emails and 3 texts and had a 20-minute phone call with sister-in-law months ago telling her what we were doing for my daughter's birthday. Because of what we were planning, we needed to buy tickets for everyone and tell the caterers how many they were serving. I needed an RSVP as soon as humanly possible to organize this stuff. She either needed to be on time or tell me she could not make it. I told her if she ghosts me, there will be no tickets for her and her kids. She ghosted me. I didn't buy her and her kids tickets.
See, I can see that. See, now...
Yeah.
I'm starting to change my mind because this is a catered thing. You need a head count.
There's money being handled.
Yeah, you need to buy tickets for certain people. So, I'm starting to get on this guy's side now.
See, that's why we always give our preliminary and then we change our minds if need be. So, sister-in-law and her kids showed up for the event somehow on time. My wife was livid, so I handled the situation on my own and told my sister-in-law and her kids they need to leave because we did not get tickets for her. If she wanted to join us for the tour, it would cost quite a bit to get new tickets, and the caterers do not allow alterations after a certain amount of time out from the event. At first, she tried to say she did RSVP with me, and then eventually started to shame me. Our guide called security, and in the end, she and her daughters were escorted away. All right, now that's where I'm going back to the asshole again. These are kids that got escorted away by security.
They're 16. I mean, I'm sure they're fine.
But still, I don't know. I feel like that's wrong to the kids.
He didn't say he called security. He said the guide did.
I don't know. I feel like you could have worked something out.
I don't know. I'm still on this guy. I'm seeing.
I know. I'm on this side ultimately, but it's just I don't know. I feel like it should have been handled differently. I mean, anytime you get, this is a family member you're getting escorted out by security. You got to tell them hey, listen.
Well, she's out there causing a scene.
This is the deal.
This is my daughter's fucking birthday, man. You're causing a scene. Get the fuck out of here.
So, I did fine. Show me the email, and even if you show me the email, it doesn't matter because you don't have a ticket. So go the fuck home. We'll sort it out later. Yeah. We'll deal with it later. You're not going to ruin this party. So all right, fine. I'm back and forth on this one. It's tough. Because I would never want to just get someone arrested, or security kick, because that's embarrassing. And you got the kids with you don't want to do them wrong because that affects the daughter's relationship. Oh, we couldn't go to your party because your dad's a cheapskater. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You couldn't go to the party because your mom's a fucking moron and couldn't RSVP.
And before you know it, family feud for years over some bullshit. So the event was great, but my sister-in-law's entire family has blown up at me and my wife. The event was 2 hours away from sister-in-law's home, and they say it was heartless of me to turn them away after the trip. Along with this, her daughters have now stopped talking to my daughter, telling her that I kicked them out of the party, just like I said was going to happen. I explained to my daughter the situation, and she called me a dick. My wife has told me to ignore her family, and that daughter will realize we're not in the wrong on this one. Am I an asshole?
Oh, the daughter's not going to realize that until she's older. She's not going to realize that. This was her birthday.
She lost her friends.
Sweet 16. Yeah. And it's a fucking mess.
She lost her friends and family members over this bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a shitty.
It's not his situation. But I feel like there's an option here. If we're going to a place, they always have some kind of contingency plan. Because I remember we had the bounce house, and if you have these certain amount of kids, you register by a certain date. You get it day of if kids show up or whatever. Yeah. It'd be an X amount of dollars to get them to join, but it would still be discounted. Why couldn't they have done some? Every place has that. Don't tell me this place doesn't have it. This guy.
That's true.
Fuck it. I'm saying he's an asshole. I'm saying this is a family member. You treat family differently. This isn't some friend that sleeps in your couch. This is a family member. The kids, the daughter. You got to take their relationships into effect here. Now, for one simple thing of him being a pighead because he didn't get his RC because he's man, he needs his fucking answer now. He was spiteful here, I think. I feel like he was a piece of shit in this case. I feel like there's always an option. And this woman, you don't. What's the reason for her to be late? What's the reason why she RSVPs or can't go? You always have that one friend. Like our kid had a couple of friends like that, where you knew the money wasn't right in that family's household. Yeah. But yet we'd bring the kid along anyway, and that was the way it was, because you know when something's up. Maybe this mom maybe she's like that for a reason. She can't RSVP because she doesn't have the money. She's too ashamed to say, "Hey, I can't go here. My kids want to go, but I don't have the money." And she finds it at the last minute, maybe. You know what I mean? This guy, I think he handled it wrong.
She didn't need money.
I don't know.
It was a birthday party he was paying for.
I don't know, but
he needed to know how many freaking heads to count. How many people were going to be there? How much money does he have to show? She didn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like there's this getting escorted out by security. That's embarrassing. By family, it stinks. Question? There's actually if he's an asshole for getting him escorted out. Yeah. He's got to be, because at a certain point, like you tell your wife,
because now look, the daughter's not able to talk to them, so you
tell your wife, be like, listen, this is the last fucking time, man. But you tell this bitch she owes us money, because otherwise
I would just stop inviting her. I would not invite
no
her.
more. Be like, this is it. Like this is it. You I'm coming out of pocket.
Don't come to shit.
This is it. This is it. You have to provide your own for these kids. Anytime we do something else, that's it. But you let it slide. You don't get them kicked out by security, because now they're dealing with this. What would have been the worst if he would have invited them in? He would have cut it off, and that would have been the end of it. Now he's got all this shit. I think he's an asshole.
Yeah, all right. All right.
It sucks because the other person's wrong, but he handled it right. If he would have if he would have just closed the door in her face and went and partied, it's just getting escorted out. That just added an extra layer of bullshit for me. But whatever.
Yeah, I'll agree. Only because of the kid.
Yeah, this is the kids. You don't see
now the kid
embarrassing.
doesn't have her cousins to talk to, and that
sucks.
Well,
the cousins got kicked out. They're embarrassed. They don't have their friendships gone. It sucks.
But the sister-in-law is definitely a fucking royal bitch. Oh yeah,
there's a lot of blame to go around here. There's a lot of blame, but the way he asked the question, we had to answer it that way.
I know. I don't like it. But yes, he's an asshole.
Me neither, but it is what it is, So
people just RSVP, man. It takes you 2 seconds.
That's it. It's very easy.
2 seconds. God
Very
damn
easy.
it. That is the most aggravating thing when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that it's horrible for freaking weddings, too. People don't want to RSVP for that. My podcast was talking about that 2 years ago. RSVP. It takes 2 seconds to text or phone call people.
People are so busy nowadays. That's the thing, too. You're working, you're doing all sorts of shit. There's a lot of things going on.
But. Have some consideration. God damn it. What will you be doing the next couple days?
I was going to say, I'm excited. I'm going to be getting a lot of sleep. I'm going to be living my normal routine is back. So I'm very excited about that. I'm happy to be back doing my normal things. No more being fucking dead tired all the time. It'll just be right back to normal. I'm excited. Watch some TV.
Now that you're watching my show, should I come in here and watch it with you? We can watch it
You're going to have to do it quick, because if it's as bad as you're saying in the first season, I might not even...
Maybe you'll like it. I don't know.
But the thing is, you're going to have to tell me a little something. Throw me a spoiler. How bad does it get? What happens that I'm going to hate that turns it gay?
It's not going to be... They're not going to be just... the way you've seen it the first couple episodes, where the one character is just grabbing people and killing them. Mm-hmm. That's going to start to stop. Yeah. And it's going to be, let's go steal some blood from the blood bank and drink blood that way.
And this all happens in the first season, when the one guy's telling him to get all the powers, and the top powers you have to kill a human, is now all of a sudden, you turned me midway through the first season. What the fuck? You're supposed to be the bad guy. You're trying to turn him into telling him to drink the blood to get these extended powers. I don't know if I can't, because it has been a while since I rewatched that. I know that's how it turns out. I don't remember how long it took that one character who's ripping people's throats out, but he does not stay that way. He doesn't. So I know that for I know that for a fact. So c'est la vie.
But then you're going to eventually have the originals come in, and they will do it. You'll always have
What season is that? 5? Dude, listen, bro. You got to watch the first 5 seasons, man. It's going to get good.
You're always going to have someone being killed. So, it just depends. I'm not going to spoil all of it, because I would love if you actually watched it.
I don't know. You really fucking turned me in the other direction here. That's why we don't watch it together, because you... I start thinking.
Me.
I know, but I start thinking something would be good, and you're like, "No, fuck you, crushed."
You asked me though. Like you asked me. Yes, the first few episodes were good. So just keep going and see.
Listen, we're gonna make it to Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Will we?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the mid-season of this show, but thanks for listening to the Voices of Misery podcast. I'm Casey Kasem.
I'll be doing Sons of Anarchy, so I got 7 seasons to get through.
There you go.
Boom. And it's really good. So I'm loving life right now.
The fucking Casey Kasem reference. You know that Binoid's got me, baby. You know it's got me.
All right, you can find us at Voice of Misery on all platforms and voicesofmiserypodcast@gmail.com.